everyone. So today I just wanted to talk to you a little bit about abdominal workouts, namely crunches and toe dips, which are my very favorite exercise, and a little bit about the pet peeves that surround them, because it really is tough to do proper abdominal workouts without using every other muscle in your body, usually your quads and your glutes. And I recognize that it's tough, but the more you can focus your attention right onto your abs, the better it'll be, because you really want to target those muscles specifically. So why don't we start? We're just going to start with a really simple crunch, because this is one of those exercises, or these are some of the tips rather, that you can actually apply to all crunches and really to every exercise you do, because when you're working something out, you want to target that muscle. So we're just going to position myself into a normal crunch position here. My feet are in line with my glutes, my sit bones, sorry. My knees are in line with my hips. It's a nice even position here. Hands behind the head. Now, I'm thinking my shoulder blades are lengthening down my back, so I'm not all crunched up here, because really what we want to target is the core here. And I'm just going to take a breath in. I'm going to slightly drop my chin down towards my chest, so my gaze is right over my knees. And this basically eliminates any pressure on the back of my neck. I'm going to take a breath in. And as I exhale, I'm just going to curl my torso off the mat a little bit here. And basically what I want to do is I want to feel like there's a pencil right here under my chest, and I'm just curling over that pencil. I'm not trying to lift up any further than that for now. What I'm trying to avoid doing, which you'll see very often, I see this at the gym all the time, is using my quads and my glutes to help me out. So let me do this again. I'm going to do it the wrong way now. And take a breath in. As I exhale, I'm going to curl up, and I'm squeezing my glutes, I'm squeezing my quads, and nothing is happening to my stomach right now. Nothing. I feel nothing at all. I could probably do 1,000 of these and my abdominals would get zero workout. So what you want to do when you do these, and this is a little trick I picked up when I was still teaching Pilates, is think of gently, very gently, so we're not overarching your back. You're thinking that your hip bones are just pointing straight up to the ceiling, so there's a nice flat line here, and I'm ever so gently pushing my tailbone into the mat. And this will really help keep my abdominal, my pelvic region stable, so I can really focus my work on the abdominals. Again, I'm going to take a little breath in, drop my chin towards my chest, exhale, and I'm going to curl up. And now I actually do feel it in my abs. And if I go a little bit further, just to the maximum spot before everything else starts to engage, I can feel it in there fairly deep. To add a little bit of an extra bit to this, I'm going to take a breath in, I'm going to exhale, I'm going to do little pulses up here. Again, just really small, very focused. I'm thinking of keeping my stomach nice and flat so it's not pooching out. The image I like to use is that there's a hot cup of coffee on your abdominals, and you're trying not to let that spill, right? Because nobody wants to get burned. And little crunches up here. The gaze is still over my knees. I'm going to take a little breath in and exhale to come back down. Now do 10 sets of that with 10 little pulses up top, and I guarantee you'll feel a burn. The second exercise I want to show you, and this one is actually my very favorite one because it's very deceptively difficult to do. I'm going to take a breath in, and I'm going to take my right leg up into tabletop position. So tabletop position is just my knee is in line with my hip, and my knee is in the same line as my toes. Basically a 90-degree angle here. And this in itself is actually quite challenging if you have very weak abdominals or a lot of imbalances in your muscles, because what your body naturally wants to do is your body, as you take your leg up, your body naturally wants to shift and fall over. And now just taking my right leg up, my left side has to engage. It's not a huge ab burn by any means, but my left side wants to engage, or needs to engage, to support my right leg. And now I'm going to take a breath in, and on my exhale, I'm going to take my left leg up to meet my right leg. And again, naturally what wants to happen at this point is my whole body wants to arch, and my lower back gets a lot of pressure here. My abdominals completely give out, and I can feel my quads starting to work, and my hip flexors starting to work. So I'm just going to fix that position. I'm going to try to maintain nice flat abdominals here, and maintaining this same arc with my right leg without letting my body shift or anything happen. I'm just going to make a small arc, dipping my knee away from me and then bringing it back up. And I can feel that. I can feel nice deep work in my abdominals. It's not a huge burn right off the bat, but do enough of these and trust me, the next day you'll have a hard time laughing. And taking the left leg down and then back up. And you want to do about 10 on each side, let's say. Now, when this gets a little bit too easy, and again, it's a very small movement, and most importantly, it'll look different on everybody because it really depends on your bone structure, and that's just not something you can control. So, you know, if you see someone else doing it, don't worry about how far down their leg is going. The goal isn't to actually to touch your leg down to the floor, it's to work out the abdominals. Now, both legs down, and then back up. And this is considerably harder because you're using the weight of your legs. Want to take it up a notch? Just take your arms up to the ceiling. Because again, you're not using your arms now, you're not working them in the floor. So, I'm just going to do this again. And back up, and it is getting harder to talk now. Now, if that is too easy and you want to take that up a notch, by all means, have a big physio ball, use one of those because that will add even more weight and even more work for your abdominals. And if that's too easy, you can even try a water bottle or ankle weights, anything you have like that, that'll add a little bit more weight to your legs will make it that much harder. Try doing 20 of those, get back to me and let me know how it feels the next day. Hope this helps, and don't forget there are more tips on styleontheside.com. Thanks.